Why are we so afraid of people? I don't get that. We're so afraid of these mere mortals. I'm not scared of you. If you worried about what losers think about you, loser, loser, how dare you? One of the biggest obstacles that I found that I have to face is the obstacle of procrastination. Why is it that it's easy to identify the fact that procrastination is something that holds you back, but it's not easy to stop doing something that's so clearly in front of you as the reason why you haven't made it to where you want? I preach overcoming fear a lot. I talk about it all the time. Y'all may have heard me say it, whether it was here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever. I talk about conquering fear all the time. But truthfully, it's something that I deal with on a regular basis. That's the reason that I talk about it. I feel like if I was somebody who was never afraid, there's a lot of bugs out here, man. I should have went inside. But I feel like if it was something that I never had an issue with, then I wouldn't feel as qualified to speak on it, because that's not a struggle that I ever have to deal with. But somebody who deals with something that you deal with, it's easier to receive that message. If I'm being completely honest with you though, I procrastinated even making this video. Why? I don't know. Is it a bug in my lens, boy? Yeah, it is. Like I told y'all before, sometimes I have a whole lot of thoughts in my head, and as soon as I hit record, it's like my mind goes blank. That happens all the time. I'll be trying to figure out, how do I make this video perfect? You know, I'll be trying to figure out, like, no, I need to have all my thoughts together in one place so I can be able to do this and this so I can make it perfect. But I keep being shown that perfection is not what anybody's looking for. I told y'all, it's bugs galore out this jump. What I keep coming to realize is that I'm constantly trying to be perfect. If you were perfect, you had the perfect image, you had your stuff all in order, who can relate to that? Nobody can relate to you being perfectly in order, having all your ducks in a row, you know, every T crossed, every I dotted. Nobody can relate to that. If we're being real, 99.99% of people, their life can look a little messy from the outside looking in if you don't really know what's going on. Why do I expect to be any different? It does not have to be perfect. I'm talking to myself when I say this, but it really applies to everybody. Why are you able to be so gracious with everybody else, but when it comes time to give yourself grace, you can't do it? Why are you able to be so understanding of everybody else's situation, but you don't be understanding of your own? You are, oh my God, that was a big B. When it comes to the fact that perfection doesn't exist, we're not any different than anybody else. You might follow who you follow. Like, oh wow, I look up to this person. I see what he's doing. I see what she's doing. I want to be like that. But things don't have to be perfect. They don't. What are you afraid of? That people online are going to laugh at you for trying to be better, or for trying to start a movement, build a community, pour some value into their audience? What are you afraid of? The more I deal with real life and experience real life circumstances, the less all those kind of things feel important at all. When you're growing up, some people can't relate to this, but when I was growing up, negative opinions of others was the hugest, scariest thing ever. That was like the biggest thing that you wanted to avoid, was having to deal with the negative opinions of your peers or your friends or whoever that you wanted to impress. That was the biggest thing to think about back then. And then you get older, you experience a little bit of real life. You might be late on a bill, or you might face some sort of consequence at work or something in your relationship, whatever, and you realize that all of that kind of stuff is literally not important. Well, I'm talking about, I'm not saying not very important, I'm saying of zero importance. That's what you realize the more you deal with real life. Bro, a bee just flew into the window and said, pop! And he started flying this way. I was about to dodge him. This stuff really don't matter, man. The only thing that really matters that I realize is figuring out who you are, finding your purpose in your identity, and living in that so that you can bring value to the people who need to learn from you, so that you can help inspire, motivate, uplift others, and so that you can bring glory to God because you're using a gift that He gave you. that only he can give you, that only he can take away. That's another thing. Nobody can destroy you. Y'all seen that video of Deion Sanders? You know the video I'm talking about.
You ain't make me, so you can't break me. You didn't build me, so you can't kill me.
You didn't make me, so you can't break me. Why are we so afraid of people? I don't get that. We're so afraid of these mere mortals. I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of you. Like, you are made of flesh and blood just like me. Why am I to be afraid of you? I got a mission I'm on. I got things to accomplish. I got people I need to touch. I got lives to inspire. What business do I have being concerned about what people think? That's crazy. That's crazy if you ask me. I can't believe I wasted so many years of my life being consumed with that. Overly concerned about what losers think about me. If you worried about what losers think about you, loser, loser, how dare you? How dare you put the opinions of strangers and losers above your opinion of yourself, above what God thinks about you? That's crazy. Please do not rob this world of benefiting from your presence on this earth because you were afraid. Don't do that. Because one thing I learned is that we are connected to other people's outcome. We have things to do. What do I mean when I say we're connected to other people's outcome? If you don't do this, then this may not happen down the line. Let's say you have a calling to write a book. Shameless plug, get my ebook. You write that book, Amazon bestseller. It goes viral on social media. You sell millions of copies, and then you help change millions of people's lives for the better. Somebody read your book and now they're taking their health more seriously. They had diabetes and now they don't have it because they started switching up what they was doing with their diet, or they started exercising. Or you write that book and then somebody is inspired to go better their relationship with their son or with their father. Or you write that book and then somebody is inspired to dive deeper into their self-love because they love themselves better. They're able to love others better. You write that book and that person that was wanting to please their parents and go to law school, you inspired them to pursue their dream of being an artist or of being an actor or whatever, and they go on to be great. If you didn't write that book, that relationship that person wanted to save with their son or with their father, that may not have happened. That marriage that you helped save with that book, that may not have happened. They might have gotten divorced. Now you have a broken family. That person that became an actor or an artist, they didn't. They went to law school, but now they're depressed. It never got accomplished, and it was never brought to fruition because they never had that seed planted. I'm not saying it's your responsibility, but what is your responsibility is to do what God placed on your heart to put it out into the world. We're here to make this place better, not to keep things to ourselves and be scared and move around like we're not made in his image. How dare we walk around as victims of circumstance? How dare we walk around with a lack or a scarcity mindset as if we have all the time in the world and we're not important enough to add some value here. Anybody who's ever added any type of value, they started off just like you and me. They may have been scared at some point. They may have been doubtful. They may have been discouraged. But imagine the first person that's coming to mind is like Issa Rae or somebody. Like, imagine if Issa Rae was like, nah, man, I'm not really like that. I think I'm funny, but not really. I'm not that funny. Or I'm not that good of a writer. I'm not that good of an actress. I shouldn't do that. I'm going to leave that to somebody else. This whole empire that she's built, she came to mind because I just saw a video from her. I'm actually add it in this video.
You think you're funny, then you got to write like this is for you. Like you're trying to make yourself laugh. And then your audience will follow. But you can't be worried about whether or not people are going to laugh because then you're writing for them and not yourself. And I think the most important thing you can do is write for yourself.
Just imagine if people who did amazing things just didn't do them. How different would the world be? Either it's not going to be done at all or somebody else is going to do it. So why can't it be you? Don't ever bring yourself down to think that you can't be next. I think a lot of times we're at war with ourselves about stepping into becoming who we're supposed to be. Because on one hand, we don't want to stay the same, but on the other hand, it's a lot of pressure to step in those shoes to be that person that you see of that version that you see of yourself in your head. It's a lot of pressure to do that. But anything worth doing is going to feel like that. Why would you want to live a life full of doing things that aren't worth doing? That sounds like a miserable life to me. I want to be extravagant. I want to be incredible. I don't want to be average. A lot of people are average, but you know how many people are below average? I want to be exceptional. I think you want to be exceptional. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be watching this. Do yourself and do this world a favor and stop wasting time. Stop procrastinating. Because when you procrastinate, what you don't realize is that you're delaying the inevitable. What's going to happen is going to happen. So you might as well start now. You think by making it easy on yourself now, you think you're going to live an easy life, but you don't. What you'll realize is that easy now oftentimes means hard later. Do the hard thing now so that you can live easy later. Don't do it the other way around. It's literally life or death. You choose today to suffer through what's hard of becoming who you're supposed to become, or you're going to suffer later because you lived an average life due to your own fear, you wasting time, and you never stepped into your full potential. That's 10 times more painful than doing the hard work today. Stop wasting time. My name is AUSTINSLENS. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, comment what you thought, share the video with somebody who you think needs to hear this, and subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.
Yeah, hey.